Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be doing weeks 3 and 4 weekly budget check-in.
Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it light. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, let us on tonight.
I'm in the iSaveMoney app, and on my left, you could see my net disposable income. Just below that, you could see my total budgeted. Over to the right, you could see my total expenditure. In the middle, you could see my provisional balance, and on the far right, you could see the amount that's remaining to spend. I'm going to start scrolling down. I'm not going into the income because I don't want to show my income breakdown. So let's get into the video. So I'm just going to scroll down to my total expenditure section, and I'm going to share the figures with you guys. I'm not going to go into every single category because I do need to do September's monthly budget closeout. So you would be able to see the breakdowns there. All right, so for our billing account, we have 682 remaining. So we did come in under for 2 of the bills, and that's for the actual electricity and I think it's the gas. So what I'm going to do, the 682, because I don't want it to look like we've got a saving. Let me just click back out to show you guys the number here. Just remember the 54.89 there. Because I don't want it to look like I've actually got a saving, I'm going to be allocating this money somewhere because I want the whole budget to be completely zero, if that makes sense. Okay, so it says we've got 682 remaining. So what I'm going to be doing is putting 682, the billing account cushion, okay, so that's the 682 allocated there. So now it's all zeroed out. So as you can see at the top, it's gone from the 50 something pounds down to 48.07. Now our credit card, we were over by 52.96, and that's just simply because I made a payment for September and then I made a payment for August, and the amount that I budgeted was 307, but I actually spent 360, but that will all balance itself out. Okay, and when I say balance itself out, I don't mean that the number's going to change. I sort of borrowed money from another account to sort of cover for the overspends. Our debt is fine. It's £202.09. The eating out is still the same. We didn't make any extra debt payments. For groceries, we have £732 left. So if you guys saw October's budget, you know that this was rolled over. So I'm just going to put the 732 and put it as rollover. For October's budget. So that's allocated and that's all zeroed out there. Now we're going to go down to the household items. We've got 80 pence left over. I didn't actually allocate this to October's budget, but what I did, I placed it in the digital cash envelope. So we're just going to put 0.80 and we're going to just put digital, so DCE, which is digital cash envelope rollover for household. So I know where that money has been placed. Okay. Kaylan was over budget by £2.14. Miscellaneous unbudgeted, this is how much we spent there. And then I'm going to keep going down. Now for the rent, I did plan a budget of £613, but I only paid £546.56. What I'm going to do, I don't really do this, but because the £546.56 is what I actually paid, I'm not going to be paying any more. It's what needed to be paid to cover the 1 week arrears that I had and then the other 4 weeks. So I'm going to just amend the budget amount to £546.56. And the reason I'm doing this is that I don't want it to look like I've got more money than I actually do, because that's what will happen. If you go back up top here, you could see that the remaining to spend is decreasing because the money is being allocated, and then you could see the overspent amount is actually increasing, because remember that little semicircle was in green and now it's in red because it's saying that we're 101.4% over the budget and we're minus £14 2 pence over our provisional balance. Okay, I just want to just explain that bit there. So our savings we were spot on. The school fees, we've got £17 in credit. This is why I've not filmed the September's budget closeout yet, because I need to know exactly how much is left, because I paid this up until the end of this week. So on Friday, I'll be all on the weekend or sometime I could do the budget closeout, because then I'll have the actual figure when it comes to the school fees, as I don't want to estimate anything and be far off, and I want everything to be as accurate as possible. So we actually budgeted £87, and that's what was paid to the school, but I started doing it all individually so I could know when he's been and when he's not been. It's just a little system that I put in place for myself, because sometimes the school would owe you money and sometimes the amounts could get a bit mixed up. So if you're not taking your own notes, you'll be doomed. So I decided to just do it inside of the app. So it looks like we've literally got £17 in cash, physical cash, but it's actually £17 in credit right now on the school account. Sinking funds, we did fine for that. Subscriptions, we did fine. We didn't spend any before the budget. And transportation, we have 1161 left over. And also this 1161, I decided to roll over to October's budget. So I'm just going to put October's, there we go, roll over for October's budget, and just get that allocated there. So if we go back to the top, it says that we are over by 2563, the provisional. That's the bit that we were over by. If you look at the net disposable income and the total budgeted and then what we've spent, okay, we have gone over, because we've got 1908.54 and we've spent 1934.17. So what I did do, I did allocate some money, like I said, to cover the additional cost, but we're still in the negative just because of how certain things are. This remaining to spend amount is in the negative, but that should sort of resolve itself, I'm hoping, once I finalize the budget. But I just wanted to show you guys our week 3 and 4 check-in. What I'm going to actually do, I'm going to change this bit, because this is what we had spent. Let's just put 3/6 there. Okay, and just make it even. All right. So, you know, it sort of resolves its little self there. Now it's saying we've got 1486 remaining to spend. Now I don't know where that 1486 is, because if we've scrolled down, we've sort of rectified everything. You don't see any money that's really, well, you've got the school fees, which is 17, but I don't know where it's getting the 14 from. So, you know, sometimes it could get a bit confusing. I'm actually going to go back in and put the rent back to what I originally budgeted, because I just think that it makes more sense. Let's just leave it as it is and we'll see how it all works itself out. Let's just put it there. Leave it as it is, you know. It's making us look like we've got money, more money, but I can guarantee you we've not got that money left over. That money has been spent somewhere, somehow. So this concludes weeks 3 and 4 weekly budget check-in. I know it's a bit all over the place, but I do hope that it makes sense to you guys. Probably even more than it makes sense to me right now, because it's pretty late and I'm pretty darn tired. I'm not even gonna lie. But this is where we're at on the budget. We brought in £1,908.54, and so far we've spent £1,934.17. Okay, so it's saying that we're minus 53.97. And let me just click in to show you guys what the provisional balance is. So it's basically your net disposable income minus what you've budgeted, and that's how you get that figure. So yeah, I'm going to finish it off here. Don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm